All right, can you both hear me?
Hello, I can hear you.
All right, Keegan, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, this won't take very long, okay? As you may or may not have heard or from me or whatever, Rankin did close today, so there, of course, are no classes. So what I want to do tomorrow, I want to do 2 or 3 things. First, what I'd like you to do, you don't have to do it right now, but by tomorrow, rebuild this interface from the test that we took. Don't put any code in, but just rebuild the interface. All right, however you had your interface before. So this page and then the other page. Does that make sense to both of you?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm gonna go over how I did it. You may have done it that way. You may not have done it that way. Either way, it's totally fine. But I want to make sure you understand everything that's going on in there. So then when you get done, I'd like you to do the same thing with what's on the second, the second problem was. So again, hopefully you can see my screen right now, Array Operations app. So you'll have the text view. This actually can be a text view or an edit text, whatever. Button, 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 button. All right. And then I did use what was in the hyperlink here that I gave you and made this. So we are going to go over both of those because, again, I do want you to understand how those work. And I was thinking about this too, and I don't know if this is what you were telling me in that email you sent me, Angie, or not, but I noticed, Keegan, like you were using the on-click listener. One advantage of using the on-click listener is you can put a button in like this with just the word finish in it, and it works just fine.
With that problem, I struggled with that a lot. I actually didn't finish it. And we are going to go over that one tomorrow, right?
Yes,
Okay.
in detail. All right, because Angie, hopefully it's okay as I say this. I think Angie had some of the same struggles. All right.
I did.
So
I had a lot of struggles with that one.
So we're just going to start. We'll build the interface, and I'll tell you what I called my stuff. All right, and we'll just take it. We won't spend as much time on the other problem. All right, because I think you probably both did okay on that one, but we'll take some time to go over this. All right. The other thing that I would like you to do, and I'm gonna stop my share and then start it up again. So just give me a second here. If you remember this problem that I had you do, and I said you could do it. Can you see the calculator problem on your screen right now?
No.
No.
Okay, well, let me try it again then. Let's see. Now can you see it on your screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You both, I think you both did it like this. What I'd like to do tomorrow is I'd like us to do it together like this. So don't even worry about putting this control in, okay? But put in an edit text, leave some room, put in another edit text, put in your 2 buttons, and put in a text view down here, and this will be a toast. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, do
Yes.
you need, if you need that sent to you again, let me know. Otherwise, if you've got your phone and you want to take a picture of the screen right now, go do that. Because after we go through section 4.1 tomorrow, which is what we'll do after we go through the 2 test problems, this is the problem we're going to do as a class. All right. If all we do tomorrow, and I don't say all like all, but if all we do tomorrow is go over the 2 test problems and you say you both understand them, and we go over section 4.1 and you do this, that's fine. And if we have extra time, we'll go into section 4.2. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, like I said, I want you to redo. In fact, let me change the stop the share and start it again here. As I kind of wrote this out. Hopefully you can see this. It's just literally on Notepad++. So redo the interface only for problem 1 of the fortune cookie problem. All right. Redo the interface only for problem 2, the array operations, and we'll do that, the code together. Redo the interface for the calculator problem. All right, as it says, this interface should only contain, and this is wrong. It's not a single clear button. Add a clear button and a calculate button. And then, like I said, tomorrow we'll begin on unit 4, and unit 4 in your book is basically, it's on all the controls pretty much we haven't talked about yet. All right, what I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to give you your next assignment. It won't be due yet for quite a while, but you're probably going to have at least 2 assignments, maybe 3 for unit 4, because it's broken up into several parts. All right, so the first assignment that you have will be just on unit 4.1. And let's see if I stop the share again and do a share, and there. Hopefully, can you now see our book? Does it say 4.1 user controls?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what we're going to go over tomorrow. Because as it says, it talks about all sorts of stuff. I'm not going to read these to you. You can read them yourselves. But the point is, some of the stuff that's in here, you already know about. You know how to use buttons. You know how to use text inputs, etc. You know how to set focus. So when we get to that stuff, I won't spend much time on it. But we haven't really talked about dialogues. So we'll talk about how to build a dialogue. In other words, it's kind of like when we would do, for lack of better words, when we did a prompt in JavaScript, that's kind of the same kind of thing that we'll look at. All right, so we'll do that. And again, I don't remember where this one ends, so just let me buzz through this quickly. So that's 4.1. Then in 4.2, so you can see it's pretty long. So if all we get done is 4.1, that's just fine. All right, then the next day, Thursday, I guess that would mean, we'll go over 4.2. 4.2 is on menus. Now, you may or may not be aware of this, but this is my opinion. Menus are used in Android applications, but they're not used that much in Android applications because of the fact that, especially if you're creating an app that more people are going to use on their phone, it's really tough to put a big honking menu on there because you just don't have that much room. All right, so we will look and we will go back. I don't know what we'll do. Maybe we'll go back even to the calculator problem after that, and we will add a menu to it where we can do all 5 of the operations or something like that. All right, so that's what we'll do for 4.2. Then we'll get to 4.3. Some of the stuff that's in here will actually seem like it's like you might be like, well, we already had that. Yeah, we did talk about it using the back button, etc. And we've talked also a little about using ancestral navigation, but we'll talk about it in more depth and breadth of coverage. All right. And the reason I'm showing you all this stuff is when we get done with that, and it's almost not funny, but interesting in my opinion, that the last section in here, section 4.4, starts on page 201 and it ends on 209. So, I mean, 9 pages. You're like, well, that isn't much. Yeah, but to me, it's the most important part of the book thus far. I don't know why the author gives it that little a play as they do. But again, we're going to come in here and talk about a recycler view where you can flick through and put a bunch of stuff in here. And then eventually we want to add stuff so that when you do that, it's not going to look exactly like this, but we're going to build something along those lines. I may have told you this before. I may not have. I don't remember. But I talked to Mr. Corrigan and I said, what I'd kind of like you guys to do would be to walk up and down, go through the entire building here at Rankin and go into the other building as well and see if you can take a quick picture with your phone of everybody that works here. And I'd like us to build our own Rankin-Wentzville directory. All right. And so what we'll have here is you'll have, for example, you'll have the name of the person. We over here would probably put that little picture that you take. And then if you click on that name, what it'll do is it'll give that person's full name, what department they teach in. I don't know how long they've been here, or maybe a quote from them or whatever. Does that make sense? But that's something that we're gonna, it'll be we were not gonna do this next week. All right. So again, my guess is looking at it now, and I guess I forgot how long that first part of the chapter was. We'll probably just plan on tomorrow going over both problems in the test and then going over section 4.1. And if there's time, then we'll go back and we will rewrite the calculator program, and we will rewrite that one as with the drop down, or what they call the spinner. All right. Last thing I'll tell you, I'm just about finished. I'm going to do one more thing where I'm going to move my screen again. All right. So let me stop and start my screen share again. Okay, where are you? Now I've got to rewrite this, but is what you see on the screen right now say homework number 3?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, notice it's from last year. Now notice last year I had them do the rock, paper, scissors. Well, we've already done that. So no, I'm not going to make you redo that. But I'm going to ask that you do this just so you see it. You'll get this tomorrow. But I'm going to ask that you make a mock form. These are all of the controls that we're going to be going over in the chapter. So a person can come in there, put their name, address, city, etc., state, all the goodies. And right here, this is just an image. And this is basically, I can't remember what it's called, but it's an on-off control. So we're going to go over all this stuff. This is the stuff that's kind of the highlight, so to speak, of the chapter that we'll be going over tomorrow, or the section. Then once you do all that, and I don't remember how we even set it up. If you click this right here, because it's a button, all it's going to do after you put in the information and you click the button, it's just going to print out a toast with all the information. So it's not like it's real hard, but it'll give you a chance to actually put in each one of those things that pretty much each one of the things that we talk about in there. All right. Then the next one is the rock, paper, scissors. We're not going to do that because we've already done it. But I am going to ask that for the third one that we do this. And it says using the provided currency. No, I'm not going to provide you with one. I want you to create your own currency converter app. Now, doesn't have to be as ugly as this one is, or it can be, but I want you to choose about 8 different currencies, and you'll have here is the amount of money that you want to convert. So if you put 100 in there and you choose US dollar, and over here you choose British pounds, it'll say then 100, you'll put in a toast that says 100 US dollars is equal to 176 British pounds, or something along those lines. I've got to clean up this assignment, but that's pretty much the way that I'd want it to look. All right. So don't worry about that, but I probably will, if I get time, I'll clean that up tonight and I'll give that to you tomorrow. Any questions on what we'll be doing tomorrow?
Nope.
Nope.
All right. Then, like I said, if we get all that stuff done, then if there's still time tomorrow, we'll rewrite the calculator app. If there's not enough time tomorrow, all right, then we'll start rewriting it on Thursday. And probably the rest of the period Thursday, maybe even Thursday and Friday, you'll just give you some time to work on 4.1. All right, because it's the longest section and there's a lot of stuff to absorb from there. All right, that's all I had. So if you've got no other questions, then I will talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks. See you then.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye.